Welcome back to Non-Fictionation, guys. It's Angel, your host, and today I am very excited to be going over my review slash reaction to Lanterns episode 1. Um, just right off the bat, guys, I think that excuse me, I feel like this should be a little bit more this way. I feel like that first episode was freaking awesome. I mean, okay, 9 out of 10. Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you 9 out of 10 for various reasons. Yeah, it was amazing. If I were to put like an adjective to it, it'd be amazing. Okay. In my opinion, just because I'm a Green Lantern fan, I always have been. I pretend that my high school ring is the Blue Lantern Corps ring. Like, I'm gonna buy actually a Green Lantern ring now that the show came out. It's gotten me really wanting to just go on Amazon and get one. So you bet your ass I'm gonna do that. So, anyways, first episode I thought was paced very well, and I think it sets up a very strong first season. Kyle Chandler as Hal Jordan, I thought was amazing. He just nails it. In my opinion, based off the comics and other iterations that we've seen of him on like DC animated films. Yeah, I think he's doing a great job. And there was a comment that I read on YouTube about him that said, Hal Jordan was Hal Jordaning the entire episode, and I was like, yeah, that's true. Um, and then Aaron Pierre was awesome, awesome. I think the casting choice for him was spot fucking on as John Stewart, Green Lantern. By the way, um, for me, John Stewart is who I grew up with as my Green Lantern. Some people, for them, it's Hal Jordan because they're younger. They have the Ryan Reynolds version. And even in like later DC movies, Green Lantern is Hal Jordan in a lot of them. I haven't actually ever seen a animated Green Lantern film or Justice League film or any DC film animated where Guy Gardner's Green Lantern is on there. And then there's the other one, Kyle. Oh my God, why am I blanking on the name? Hold on. Green Lantern Kyle Rayner. Oh, okay. Rayner. That's the guy. Okay, so anyways, guys, what do I think you should do? I know you didn't ask, but I'm gonna tell you anyways. You should go watch Lanterns season 1. If in fact, if you don't have an HBO Max subscription, get one. Do the fucking free trial. Watch this. It's so good. The Critical Drinker, I watched this video on it and it was so funny because it's like, bro, he has to hate on everything. And I mean, I commented there that like I feel like he's gonna be in the minority in his opinion on it being like a bad show. He thinks it's like bad, and he thinks that they're trying to push like a girl boss, and it's like, no, I don't think they were trying to do that. Like, I think it's just a kind of normal dynamic. Like, I don't know, like, I don't know. It was kind of like he thinks that there's a lot of subtext and about political stuff about Trump and Republicans. Like he swears that there's all this subtext in that first episode, that because he thinks that the producers are like super leftist and like are trying to push their own political, their own like interpretations of our political reality, like what is actually going on. They're trying to like mirror certain parts of that into the show. I did not see that at all. I don't know where the fuck he got that from. Um, Again, I think he's reaching like pretty far. That's a reach. But hey, to each their own. But yeah, dude, I think you guys should definitely go watch this. It's such a good show. My favorite parts of it, for sure, like the highlight, the apex of the show, is the interrogation scene when Hal is interrogating the alien. Spoilers ahead, by the way. If you guys don't want to know spoilers, you guys should probably cut it off now. But the scene towards the end of the episode, basically, yeah, the end of the episode, where he's interrogating the alien. The sheriff doesn't believe him that this guy's an alien, so he starts asking him questions about Harry Potter. Asking him questions about football. He knows all that, so he's like, yeah, right, an alien would learn all that stuff. but not the more general things that humans and the general population just know about on a day-to-day basis. And he was like, "Oh, um, who's the president?" And he's like, "Oh, president is Barack Obama." He's like, "Oh, what do you think about him?" He's like, "Oh, he's the 44th president after George W. Bush." And he goes, "Really?" He's like, "You mean to tell me that you, as a rural Nebraskan, that is the breadth of your that is the your full opinion or something like that on Barack Hussein Obama?" And he was like, "I don't know, something about his birth certificate. It's all I know. There was some controversy with that." And then Cal's like, "Oh my God, you are an," or Hal is like, "Oh my God, you are an alien." Pushes him up against the wall. The guy basically ends up telling him, like, "Yeah, what if you're right?" He mocks him by saying the oath, the Green Lantern oath: "In brightest day and darkest night, no evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power, Green Lantern's light." He's saying it like very cocky and condescending, mocking him basically. And Hal, that's when he loses it, pushes him up against the wall. And he had told him that he had a neutron device in his skeleton, and it can blow up with a thought. So he starts beeping, and then this is where you see probably the coolest part of the episode is when he forms the construct of that bubble around him, and he contains the neutron bomb barely. It explodes out of it, and then I don't know if people caught this. If you go and rewatch the episode, you'll see it. There was like another bubble that he made, kind of like coming a little bit outside the building too. So like he contained that explosion in one bubble, and then he smartly like put another bubble on the outside also that we didn't see until we got the wide shot outside. So that was pretty cool. And then of course, the scene where at the beginning where he's where John Stewart's dad is he takes the little boy John Stewart outside in 1996, and he tells him to put an apple on his head, aims a gun at him. His dad's a Marine. Aims a gun at him, shoots the apple. It asks him, "Are you afraid?" Little John Stewart says no. Shoots the apple right off his head. And then you see behind him these bullet holes in the back of the like garage wall, and they're going higher and higher up, like staggered. And it's because he's been doing this for years, like as he's grown. So that was really cool too. And then just yeah, like I like the sparing use of the ring and the constructs, but I don't like that as like a continuous thing. I'm not one to like when they use like CG stuff or like power stuff in anything, fantasy, sci-fi. I don't like when they sparingly use something. If it's there, I want to see it in action. I want to see it do the cool stuff that we know it can do. This show, even though it sparingly gave us those things, did them all like very well. The only one I'm a little upset we didn't see is the bubble wrap construct that Jon Stewart allegedly, supposedly made around himself when at the very beginning of the episode when Hal Jordan jumps out of the car uh, and tells him to meet him at the taco stand. Car goes over a fucking cliff, and he grabs it in like midair while the car's almost about to hit the ground, and he fucking puts it on, and you see it light up and whatever. But whatever. Um, but yeah, then right after that comes my second favorite part of the episode, which was when Hal's backup consciousness just appears, like the ring starts beeping or vibrating as Jon Stewart's walking the 3 miles after the car crash to meet Hal at a taco stand that Hal had told him to meet him there. And the ring construct's like, "Oh, like, am I dead? Like, why do you have my ring?" And he's like, "Oh, do we get along?" And he's like, Jon Stewart's like, "We get along great." And he's like, "Okay." He's like, and then John's like, basically like, he's like, "When was the last time he backed you up?" Because they're supposed to back up their consciousness every week. And he's like, "Oh, apparently 10 years ago." Um, and so then he goes, "Do you want me to tell you something?" He's like, "Yeah, do I trust you?" And he's like, "Yeah, you do." And he's like, "Okay, there's hail in Rushville, Nebraska." And John's like, "That's it?" And he's like, "Oh, I'll know what I mean." I love that part. And whatever, John goes, tells him, and then we all know he flies off. As soon as he hears that, he goes, "Pay the check," flies off. So, he knows that there's something to do with Nebraska and his origin. That's what he explains in the episode. I found that very cool. It then jumps forward to 2026, and then, as you guys probably know by now, a lot of videos have been posted about it. I'm a little late to the scene with this, admittedly. Um, Spoiler alert. At the end, it's 2026. Jon Stewart pulls up to Nebraska again. Apparently, it's been years since he's seen the sheriff, the chick, and Jon Stewart does not have a ring on. And then she walks him to the stadium. They go up the bleachers, the same stadium they were at the beginning of the episode. And there's Hal Jordan, frozen in the snow with a bullet hole in his head, some blood dripping down. Well, not dripping, but like you can tell he's been there for a few hours. And John wipes the snow from his hands, and there's no ring. So, cliffhanger of an episode. And that pretty much sums up, for me, like a really good episode. It equates to a good episode. The sum of all these little things. I think that, like, the peak of the episode being, like, finally, like, happening, where it's just a simple thing, a bubble construct around the guy, but it was so effective, and the effects look really good, by the way. Like, I love that specific shade of green, the transparency, translucence of the green. It looks sick, in my opinion. Um, and just the story, like us knowing that Jon Stewart is gonna be Green Lantern by hopefully not by the end. I hope that he gets the ring sooner, but I fear that that's not going to be the case. That's probably why I didn't get a 10 out of 10, because I expected this scene here in 2026 to show him with the ring, and I was really disappointed that 10 years later he still doesn't have the ring. What the fuck goes on then? Like, you know, hopefully there's a lot of scenes where he uses the ring, like Jon Stewart or Hal Jordan's ring, because Guy Gardner becomes Green Lantern at some point from 2016 to like 2026. So overall, this episode was amazing, and I cannot wait. Only 3 more days until the next one comes out Sunday night. Wait, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern time. I'm like, man, I've been waiting for the show for a long time, and I'm really happy about it. I hope you guys liked it too. If you guys didn't like it, I would love to hear what you guys didn't like about it in the comments. And if you liked it, same thing. I want to hear what you guys liked about it in the comments. Please, no fighting. Uh, do not fight. Yeah, the next video that you guys are going to see is going to be talking about that Avengers Doomsday plot leak, where it's pretty much confirmed at this point that we are in fact going to see a scene with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man fighting Deadpool and Wolverine. So it's going to be epic as fuck. I'm going to do a video on that next. And then just some more videos down the line. I might do like another Miami podcast with just general thoughts, information, philosophizing. Those are, you can think of those videos as like me ranting and just kind of like my critiques of like the world, reality, Western civilization, the man. Yeah. And then also, like, my science videos. Science will be in there too, but usually my science videos will be dedicated videos. You're gonna start seeing also some like Now Red type videos, because I figured, why not? I have the chemistry background, or more like Mr. Green. I don't know if you guys know him. Hold on. I hope that's his name. I think it's Mr. Green or Mr. Green Guy. He's this Australian YouTuber, or rather, he's an Australian chemist. Mr. Green Guy. Yeah. So that's his name. Put him up right here so you guys can give him a nice like and a follow. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think about this first episode of Lanterns in the comments below. And please like, comment, subscribe. It really helps the channel out. And please subscribe to Patreon if you want to get early access to videos and discounts on merch and soaps and candles. So yeah, thank you for tuning in. Have a good one. Peace out.